may potential naman yung small caps in terms of technicals, 'di ba? Pwedeng mag-rotate towards small caps after matapos yung place on the mid caps and large caps, 'di ba? So depende 'yon on how you will approach things. So far in terms of my portfolio, 'di ba? So right now I'm up 1.5k this pre-market session alone, no? So small caps ko is yung SOUN. So today is March 14, 2024. So halos second to the last day of our trading week, no? On the 11th trading week of the year. Ayun, dating our main goal for this video is to be updated on what the market is doing from a top-down perspective, looking at the main indices, and from a bottom-up perspective. Let's get started, no? Looking at our main indices, starting with the SPY. This pre-market open looks good. Actually, about to break out all-time high na rin. No? Pre-market pa lang, good open na. Bale, pre-market, it's opening at around 517.70, up 0.34%, 1.73 points. Up this pre-market session. And looking at the trading range, no, from the all-time high breakout from this area, from the 470 area up to its current area, ito yung point of control natin in terms of the volume profile, and halos malayo na siya dyan. Still surfing this uptrending channel, no, looking at our TMA still above the MA20, and maganda pa rin yung MA configuration natin. Okay, so next is our Qs. Looking at the Qs, still ranging, actually still surfing this uptrending channel, surfing the 20-day SMA, this green line, no? And looking at the volume profile of this immediate trading range, actually the trading range from the all-time high breakout nung January 18 up to the current date. So nandito yung point of control natin. Ito yung highest or biggest volume node natin. So halos lahat ng shares is traded dito, no, at around 437. Nandito sa area na yan, sa distribution na yan. So since price is above it, so that's quite bullish. Although right now, ito yung na-establish nating trading range, no. So clear out muna natin yung drawings natin. So this is the current trading range of our Nasdaq 100, our Qs. So far, still inside this trading range, opening above or slightly above. Well, hindi, slightly from the high of the previous day, no. So 442.40. So up 0.49% this pre-market, 2.15 points this pre-market session. So good thing, no, looking at this trading range, price is holding the 50% level. So that's bullish. And price is still above MA20. So that's good. That's signs of bullishness, no. So markets actually don't care about the CPI report. Looks like that's good news for the market since since ang daming fiscal deficits na ginagawa yung US government. So gusto nila na makakita din ng slight inflation or at least tamed inflation increase, no. Okay, so that's the Qs. Next is the small cap index. So small caps supporting dito sa previous resistance area of this trading range. Etong 3-month range natin. Still above the 20-day SMA, but you have a flat lining of your 50-day SMA. So medyo intermediate term, you have some neutral sentiment, kumbaga. Parang nag-neutralize na yung mga intermediate term buyers and sellers mo. Some signs of indecision, but in terms of the short-term strength and the long-term strength, okay pa naman. Still trending upward, 'di ba? Still trending upward. And as long as this 200 level, 205 level holds, I think small cap still has great potential, no, for the coming months or even the coming weeks. Actually, meron tayong hawak ng mga small cap names, more of speculatives and growth related names. So IWM, so those names is under the IWM na na index or ETF or component siya ng ETF na yun. So next trading range na babanggayin niya is this area, no? This distribution area. So looking at the volume profile, you have your point of control at 214. So that will be a supply area. Bale may mga break-even sellers ka dyan na possibly mag-serve as resistance to price, no? So that's an overhead supply. Looking at the intermediate term trading range, no? So looking at the targets, saan yung profit taking area, sa sakto doon sa 216, no? Your 1618 projection. So that's a confluence of two supply factors or supply elements. So that's IWM still under the state of may potential siya, but still lagging all in all sa main indices natin. So siya yung pinaka-laggard out of the four. Next is MDY. Wait lang, naka-record ba ako? Double check ko kasi hindi ako naka-record pala ako. Anyway, so MDY, the leading group out of the four main indices actually. So in a strong uptrend and parang no signs of stopping etong MDY right now. Okay, so looking at the intermediate term trading range, ito yung immediate trading range niya. So since the all-time high breakout ng Feb 22 up to this day, ito yung point of control natin. And price is hovering above that point of control. So volume profile looks good. No, price relative to the volume profile is looking good. So as long as na-hold tong 530, 537 area, nothing to be worried about. You have your uptrending MA20, also your MA50 and MA100. All goods actually for our mid-caps. So pinaka-diskarte natin right now is based on the main indices. You can focus on mid-caps. You can position on small caps. You can also position on or look for swing trades on the Qs since it's ranging, may potential for upside, and then your SPY is also about to break all-time high. So that's your mega caps, your large caps, your mid caps, and small caps. Our main indices. So let's look at the segments. So drill down na natin sa segments naman, no? So still leading mid-cap growth, S&P 500 growth in terms of the relative strength and trend composite scores. So you have the daily changes, no? So pinaka nag-accelerate yesterday is mid-cap growth. Next is mid-cap core, and then your your small cap growth is the top three gainers yesterday. In terms of the weekly changes, you still have the S&P 500 value outperforming every market segment. So actually may nakikita tayong rotation din currently on S&P 500 value names. So nandyan yung mga energy names mo, utilities, and materials, no? Mga essential value names natin in S&P 500. But if you're a swing trader, momentum trader, you can also still focus on the large cap, mid cap, growth and core names. Small cap value names, stay away from it. Small cap core names, pwedeng you can speculate on it but don't commit too much capital on the small caps muna, no? So, pwede mag-allocate ka ng konti, you wait for a good transition to maybe a markup phase or whatever. Okay siya. May potential naman yung small caps in terms of technicals, 'di ba? May potential siya. Pwede mag-rotate towards small caps after matapos yung place on the mid caps and large caps, 'di ba? So depende 'yon on how you will approach things. So far in terms of my portfolio, 'di ba? So right now I'm up 1.5k this pre-market session alone, no? So small caps ko is yung SOUN. So by conventional wisdom, 'di ba? Or conventional analysis na ginawa natin, dapat mas overweight ako on mega caps and mid caps, 'di ba? But since my picks are telling me that I should focus my capital on small caps or at least expose some of my capital on small caps, dun ako. So, SoundHound. Speculative AI name na hawak natin. So, 2.69 billion. Actually, under a considered as a mid-cap na rin yung SoundHound right now. Since the market cap for mid-caps is 2 billion up to 10 billion. Yun yung classification or yung tiering for mid-cap, small caps. Less than 2 billion up to 300 million up to 2 billion considered as small caps. 2 billion to 10 billion considered as mid-cap. So, technically, in between of the mid-cap, small-cap, pick ko yung SoundHound. Mega-cap, bet ko is Microsoft. Another mid-cap is NXT. ASPN also small-cap. And Hood is a mid-cap. So, itong Hood natin is mga tira-tirang shares na lang yan nung Hood play natin from the swing dun sa post-earnings drift play. But ayun, maybe it will present another setup right now, no? Since it is gapping this pre-market. So, yun. Anyway, medyo na-list tayo, no? So, yun yung diskarte natin right now. Actually, nakadepende rin sa picks natin. Nakadepende rin sa picks natin. Ang importante, diversified enough yung exposure mo on those leading segments and yung mga market caps mo, no? Kunwari, pwedeng one-third mega caps, one-third mid caps, one-third small caps. It actually depends on your current setups na nilalaro. So sectors, financials, materials, energy are the leading sectors, no? In our spider sectors. In terms of weekly change, you have your energy leading, no? And daily change yesterday, you have your energy leading, no? So nandyan yung Exxon mo, your COP, actually AROC considered as energy, no? Considered as energy. So one of the picks na pinresent natin yesterday on our pre-market prep actually moved yesterday yung AROC. Good momentum, no? So second day follow through momentum na to. About to break out of this trading range yung AROC natin. Okay, so all-time high as well, AROC. Anyway, tech sector, may outward flow ka, money flow ka, negative 1% yesterday. This week, 0.83% down, no? And so far, utilities is up yesterday, 0.68%. So all in all, you need to balance your portfolio, diversify your portfolio dito sa mga leading names natin in terms of relative strength and trend composites. And pwede try out ka din ng mga speculatives like yung ginagawa ko right now. But kailangan pa din you manage your risk. So market groups still leading in terms of RS and trend composite is Semicon, since everything is above the key MAs, no? Or price is above the key MAs, no? Yun yung natin. Yun yung isa sa mga classification natin or parameters in assessing this RS and trend composite scores. So, kino-compare natin in terms of year-to-date relative strength, in terms of the collective group, RS, and ayun, ito yung lumalabas pa rin leader natin for the RS and trend composite scores. You have your blockchain at top 2, insurance still the top 3. So, boring market group, but makikita mo, malakas yung niya, palo niya, no? So, nandyan yung TRV mo, nandyan din yung sana ba yun? Teka, dito rin yun eh. Sa stock screener, one of the interesting insurance names din is KKR ata or OWL. Double check natin, no? Later on. Wait, sige, tignan natin. OWL, I think, is the insurance related name. Or etong natin. Ano nga natin dito. So, saan yung insurance natin dito? Anyway, so insurance, you have your insurance names na nag-ano din, nag-represent ng setups. So, pwede mong na lang, no? I-filter out mo na lang yung natin. So, kunyari, you want Insurance names. We look for insurance. Wait. Napasobra tayo ng pili. Yan. So, brown and brown pala yon. Yung mga, ito yung mga names of near all-time high. Near all-time high. So, madaming insurance names na near all-time high. Bakit? Kasi, syempre, we are on a high interest rate environment and syempre yung capital nila is part nun, this is allocated toward treasuries, 'di ba? So, bale, malaking kinikita nila from treasuries. And yung mga high interest incomes na nakukuha nila from the current interest rates sa treasuries and other bonds. So that's insurance names or insurance market group. So AI still top 4 video games, pare-pares lang 'yan. No, since may Nvidia and AMD components 'yan. IPO medyo nag-decline ng around 2 ranks, no? So top 4 yan yesterday, right now top 6 na lang. So medyo nag-decline ng konti. So nandiyan yung Coinbase mo, other IPO names, but still all in all, you have your IPOs still at the top 10. So in terms of weekly changes, daily changes, yesterday, interesting enough, you have your MSOs gaining 4% yesterday and your gold miners also reaccelerating, no? You have your China names also doing good, oil and gas, and online retail names, no? Online retail names. So, nandyan yung ASO and other online retail names. Natgas, also good. Blockchain yesterday, also good. Weekly changes, nandyan yung China equity small leading, no? All in all. In all market groups pala. Oil and gas and services up this week, and online retail and natgas. So parang may nakikita kang rotation, no? Papunta dun sa mga defensives, mga oil and gas names at as well as China names, no? So far, Semicon down 4.5%. So may nakikita tayong outward flow or possible base formation muna, no, or pullback ng mga semicons ngayon. So far, in terms of our heat maps, so yun, to conclude everything, focus on those strong market groups. If you're gonna look for swing trades, pwede ka pa rin maghanap dun sa mga top 10 natin. But if you're gonna look for new opportunities, right now we are seeing some improvements sa China names, gold miners, and oil and gas. So most likely meron ka dyang new momentum na may experience. So tapos na tayo dun sa top-down approach. Next is the bottom-up approach, no? Looking at the stock heat map in the weekly time frame. So Nvidia is up this trading week around 3.2%, AMD negative 7.5%, 7.4%. Tesla also down this trading week, 5.8%. Microsoft 3%. MSTR amazingly 54% in just this trading week, no. So at an all-time high, Bitcoin name, one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin. So parang siya, Bitcoin proxy trade na, no. Instead of buying IBIT, instead of buying other Bitcoin ETF, ang mga tao binibili na lang yung MSTR. Or yung mga institutions is just buying MSTR. So Coinbase up 9.8%. So online or a broker or crypto broker tong Coinbase. Berkshire 1.25%. Bale ito, yung laki ng box, no? Sa mga hindi pa nakapanood or hindi ko pa na-explainan. Yung laki niyan is based on the value traded. So based yan sa value traded. Yung pula and green is based on the gains and loss or yung laki ng gain and loss. So far nakikita natin is actually majority are in the green this trading week. So kahit na nandito tayo sa mga small value traded na sectors or groups, still mostly are in the green. Ang mga biggest threads natin are in AMD, Avgo, Boeing dahil may bumagsak na aeroplano and whatnot. ARM down negative 4.9%, I think dahil din um, sa IPO, parang expiration ng IPO shares, parang ganun. So, ano siya, a surge of supply, bale. But I'm not yet sure bakit to down this trading week. But all in all, you have outward flow or outflows from semicons, and then money is flowing toward some defensive names and other thematic plays, no? Like tong crypto. And actually, right now, you have your AI speculatives shining, no? Uh, in terms of momentum, actually, no? So, nandyan yung SOUN natin, no? Premarket, 9.2, opening at 9.27. You have your BBVA, also up this pre-market around 12%. So speculative AI and actually main AI, which is Microsoft, so producing another pre-earning swing play, no? Setup. So pre-earning swing play, actually 40 days before earnings release. So pagpatak ng ng 30-day mark, pwedeng gumagalaw na yan. So parang pricing in of the incoming earnings for Microsoft. Just like this play, no? Yung recent play natin with Microsoft, no? Na-discuss ko na yun yesterday. Nag-coil siya after all-time high breakout, no? Wait lang medyo makate. So ito yung base mo, your trading range. Nag all-time high breakout, nag-coil ng onte, you have your earnings 30 days, 15 days before earnings release, no? Nag-create muna siya ng coil and then nag-run up ng around 8%, 10%. So most likely ganun din yung gagawin niya dito since ang respected or yung DNA ng Microsoft is yung MA50 is your support area. Okay, wait lang Also producing KCBB Eclipse ulit. So same setups natin. Okay, so that's MSFT, Microsoft, our main AI bet. Our actually main AI trade idea. Yung sound is just speculative AI. More of technical setup siya. Technical trade siya. Technical setup based trade. Wait lang So, ayun. Nandito na tayo sa heat maps ulit, no? Heat maps. Okay, medyo na list na naman tayo. Next is the daily volume and daily value traded and yung performance yesterday. So, actually mixed. Nvidia is down negative 1% yesterday. You have your AMD negative 4% halos. Tesla also down yesterday. So talagang money is flowing out of Tesla. So parang alis na siya sa Mag 7 eh. Tanggal na siya sa Mag 7. Ang pumapalit na ata is Avgo, Broadcom, or Eli Lilly, LLY. So far right now, Tesla is now on a confirmed downtrend or about to confirmed downtrend na to. Kasi MA10 is below MA20, MA20 below BB50 and BB50 below MA100. So strong downtrend na to, considered as a strong downtrend. Big picture, mukhang ito na yung distribution niya, no? Dati akala natin na transitioning siya to a reaccumulation. Itong Tesla, no? So meron kang bear trap. Nag-break below support level, nag-recover quickly, ano lang siya, nag-pullback ng onte, then rallied again, na-form yung RTL natin, but um, ala, ala talaga. So, tanong ni Sherlocky, ni Marlon, tama ikaw si Marlon, no? So, catalyst ni Tesla, actually hindi catalyst, more of anti-catalyst kasi nagde-decline na earnings na eh. EPS miss, you have declining revenues, and ang dami niya ng competitor eh. Andyan yung Rivian, actually Ford, competitor na rin nila eh. Ford. Yan. Tama ba to? Weird ah. Sana ba yung Ford natin? Yan. F lang pala. Sorry. So, F. Yan. Ford. Pero parang pangit yung ano ni Ford eh. Yung mga release ng EV. But, ayun, more of ano siya eh. More of declining market share. At the same time, declining revenues for Tesla. Unless ang mangyari kay Tesla is maging AI name na rin siya, no? Wait lang naglolo ko tong ano natin. So, pwedeng matwist yung narrative with Tesla, no? Since mabigat yung research niya with AI. More of automated driving, no? More of sa automotives yung AI niya. Di natin alam ano yung pwedeng maging mangyari dito. But technicals lang, you have a big sign of distribution on Tesla. Halos 3-year distribution structure yung na-form ni Tesla. So right now, below 170. So critical area yan, support area. Right now, next support area mo is at 100 na. Medyo malayo na, no? So kitang-kita na you have outflows on Tesla. Okay, so balik tayo sa heat map natin. Also down, Apple. Okay. So Amazon up slightly yesterday. You have Meta down yesterday. MSTR up 10% yesterday. So considered as high value traded yung SOUN natin, no? So parang at par with PanW, amazingly. So PanW is one of the heavyweights in cybersecurity. And Netflix, halos at par with Netflix. So speculative AI, di natin alam bakit. But technicals alone, okay siya. So heat map on the afternoon session, actually a sea of red. So yesterday, kaninang trading session, afternoon session, medyo meron kang signs of de-risking or signs of selling nung afternoon session. So far, weekly, good, positive, daily, actually, good as well, positive, bullish. Afternoon session, quite bearish. But, let's now look at the pre-market, no? So, ano ba? 3 out of 4 ba yung magiging scores natin based on what we are seeing? Or 2 out of 4? Or magiging equal sila? Mag-equalize sila in terms of sentiment. So, syempre, iba pa rin yung weighting nila in terms of kung ano ka as a trader. If you're a swing trader, syempre you're leaning toward doon sa higher time frame heat maps mo. So, weekly heat map, daily heat map, mas leaning toward ka doon. Pre-market heat map for day traders. So, if you're a day trader, ang pinaka-leaning mo or pinaka-bias mo should be based on the afternoon heat map and the pre-market heat map. So, if both are bullish, if both are bearish, doon ka maghahanap ng bias mo. Doon mo i-base ang bias mo. So, pre-market heat map, looking good. Actually, 0.5x multiplier natin, negative 1.5 to positive 1.5. Actually, some greens on tech services. Electronics also up this pre-market session, although down yung Nvidia mo and SMCI. AMD, naturally, you will have a counter reaction. Kasi down yesterday ng down siya yesterday ng around 4%. So that's Nvidia. That's AMD. So Tesla again down 1.5% this trading session. All over the board, actually some are unchanged and actually wala masyadong interesting enough na names na high value traded. So far MSTR Matic, since your Bitcoin is still rallying, you have your SOUN, you have your yun lang so far. Yun lang so far sa pre-market natin. So next step is to look at the breadth screener. So pre-market gainers 278 names with MNMD leading this pre-market session. BBVA next, Hood, and next is eto medyo biotech, eto Lithium Americas. I think also lithium is breaking 52-week highs, lithium commodity or copper ata yun. Double check natin. So SOUN also up this trading session, this pre-market session. So next is to look at pre-market losers, yung mga decliners natin. So 278 names yung gainers natin, losers is 155 names. Bale, ang lumalabas for every 2 advancers mo, you have 1 decliner. So actually that's bullish. That's bullish. So bottom up perspective, considering heat maps and breadth, actually 3 out of 4 are bullish, 1 bearish. 'Di ba? 3 are bullish, 1 is bearish sa heat maps natin. Right now, breadth screener, based on what we are seeing, mas madami kang advancers versus the decliner. So, ang lumalabas is we might experience some follow-through bullishness this first half of the trading session. On the second half, we don't know yet. Pero, looking at the indices, looking at what the market is doing based on the heat maps, maganda. We might see, we might feel or we might experience this mid-month strength talaga in during this March. So yun, lumalabas na ganun. So 'di ba based on our March almanac, mid-month strength we or based on historical and statistical data, the month of March, mid-month of March is actually bullish. End of month March is quite bearish. Syempre nandiyan yung mga options expiration mo, mga some de-risking. So parang ganun. So far that's yun yung nakikita natin. Yun yung nakikita natin. Okay, so stocks near all-time high. Ito i-post na lang tong video na to. You can copy paste this screener. So far, ito yung mga stocks near all-time high natin. You have your Celsius Holdings or Vistra Corp, one of the utilities name, near all-time high. You have Cava, near all-time high as well. Meron tayo niyan. Sa isang portfolio lang, no? Sa isang portfolio nga lang. So, may Cava tayo at 60.52. So, Cava Group. Okay, so far, ito yung mga top names natin or pwede mong hanapan ng momentum setups or swing setups. So, ayun. Top gainers, kanina, nakita na natin yun, no? So, nandyan yung BBVA, you have Mind Medicine. Actually, maganda din tong name na to eh. May recent FDA approval siya doon sa mga sa ano niya, anxiety drug niya. Anxiety drug. So far, looking at the technicals, this has potential actually. So ito yung accumulation structure mo, nag-transition na siya to an early stage markup. This is the next trading range na babanatan nitong stock na to. So point of control mo, point of supply mo or area of supply mo is at around $13. So if ever ito yung ano mo, next congestion area mo. So gapper nung na-release yung catalyst, nag-pull back ng konti. Right now pre-market up around 11%. So what you can do if you're a day trader or swing trader, you drill down to the lower time frame and you look for a setup. So downtrend line breakout na siya this pre-market. What you can do is wait for a coil dito sa $9 area. So actually $10 once it breaks above $10, which is a round number area, a decade round number area, psychological area, pwedeng maka-experience to ng strong momentum. Since may mga funds na pwedeng bumili ulit na itong stock na to. Syempre, sa algo nila, they can only buy stocks above $10 and whatnot, mga ganong parameters. So, you will have some institutions coming in this name, pushing prices higher for MNMD. Okay, so that's MNMD, one of or our top gainer this pre-market. I'm sorry, hindi pala. Tama. Ay, hindi. Oh, yes. Oh, yan. Pre-market change. Pre-market volume, pinakamalaki is BBVA. Syempre, low value, low price stock siya. Path, interesting yung volume niya right now. Tignan natin tong name na to. So, Path. So, medyo dynamic scanning din tayo. Ang di pa natin nagagawa is to look at the markets doon sa yung mga macro benchmarks pala natin. I'm sorry. So path looking good actually. Looking at the big picture, also transitioning to an early stage markup tong path natin. So building this big base right now, your MA20 is above MA50. Although MA50 is sloping downward. Okay, so about to break out na rin dito sa trading range na yan. Path. So pre-market movers natin right now. 26.50 pre-market open or this pre-market session, 8.5% up. Tung path natin with high volume, with big volume, no? So a great stock to watch right now. To put focus on. Okay, next is looking at our macro benchmark. So, starting with the DXY. Sige. Ito na lang, kahit dito na lang tayo, no? Para mabilis. So, far as expected, the dollar is consolidating or on a sideways. Pwedeng mag-counter trend, papunta dito sa resistance trend line. Pwedeng maging ganun yung case. Although, high probability for me is 1 to 2 week base muna, no? Da-digest na muna yung yung CPI, pati yung PPI today, to be released today, 8:30 PM. So right now, US oil is breaking out of the $80 mark again. So about to break out of this inverse head and shoulder, no? So eto, lakayan na natin para mas makita natin lahat. US oil. So one of our inflation benchmarks, US oil. Since US oil is the mostly used commodity in our planet, 'di ba? So ayun, about to break out of 80, 81. So if it breaks above this 81 level, 81 area, pangit 'yun for inflation. It's gonna be bad for inflation. But actually, mukhang mas right now, parang nag-celebrate yung market with higher inflation. Di natin alam bakit. Medyo crazy times right now. But pwede rin dahil sa ang tingin na market, mas trip nila na makakita ng productivity, ng growth instead of declining inflation. Parang mas leaning towards sila doon. Dahil din sa mga fiscal deficits na ginagawa ng US right now. Okay, so fiscal related na factors, no? Since yung stimulus, yung liquidity injections is coming from or yung majority is coming from the fiscal side instead of the monetary side. Kaya wala na rin sila masyadong pake on the rate cuts, no? On the rate cuts. Since nakikita naman nila is increasing liquidity, 'di ba? Ito yung liquidity benchmark natin. So for retesting this RTL, probably retest or will test MA20 as support area or support liquidity support. So technicals lang, no, or kung based sa technicals. So far still on an early stage markup yung liquidity benchmark natin. So that's good for the stock market, our risk assets, for Bitcoin, for crypto, for equities. Okay, so nag-ano lang tayo, jump tayo. So US 10-year yields. So far, counter trending. Medyo bearish to for me actually. Ito yung inside bar mo, nag-break below that, nag-recover. So medyo ingat lang tayo for our US 10-year yields if it breaks above 4.32 or 4.33% again. Actually, MA100 lang. An area or your dynamic resistance to watch, no? So if US 10-year yield breaks above this MA100, that's actually a red flag for equities. So ano yun? Bearish signal yun for equities. So far right now, walang pakialam yung market kahit nag-counter rally US 10 years mo, US 10-year yields mo. Walang pakialam yung market. Rally lang, no? Okay, so next is so far yun lang muna, no? Yun lang muna. Reverse repo, tignan natin. So meron kang inflows in reverse repo facility. Bank term funding program, wala na yan. Tanggalin na nga natin to. So, tapos na yan. Your TGA accounts or Treasury General accounts, yung checking account ng US government, ng Treasury Department, is still forming this double top. So, if it closes below MA20, this weekly 20-day SMA, that's gonna be good for the markets. This will serve as a tailwind to equities once it drains. So, if ever, or parang during periods kasi na nagde-drain yung TGA accounts, you have liquidity injections in the financial markets and the real economy. Since the government is spending, 'di ba? If the government spends, money is flowing toward those contractors, private contractors, providing liquidity to commercial banks, etc., etc. May mga trickle down effect siya. So that's our liquidity equation, our liquidity watch. So may nalilimutan pa ba tayo? So far, ito, hindi pa natin na-discuss our market internals yesterday. So actually yesterday, you have net advance decline at a positive. So mas madami kang advancers versus decliners yesterday. You have net volume spikes at a positive. You have more positive volume spikes versus negative volume spikes. You have more names up more than 5% yesterday than down 5% yesterday. So 1.17 yung daily momentum ratio natin. So that's actually a sign of strength or a sign of momentum, short-term momentum in the markets. 20-day new high, new low data natin at a positive, 275 names net on net na nagki-create ng new 20-day highs versus new 20-day lows. So mas madami kang names breaking above their 20-day structure. So that's actually short-term bullish, no? So ito yung short-term parameter natin. Slightly long-term, 52-week high data natin. Also at the positive. So short-term bullish, long-term bearish, long-term bullish as well. Printing greens all over, no? Since Feb 28. So more than 10 days at a green streak. You have a positive rate of change yesterday. So may acceleration ka, signs of acceleration yesterday. For 50-day new high, new low data, also at a positive, 192. A good rate of change versus March 12 data. And looking at the names above 20-day SMA, you have 335 names above below 20-day SMA, net on net. So weekly momentum, although medyo mahina, no? Below 1 na ratio natin. But actually, since it's only a secondary parameter for our momentum play signal, something to disregard, no? So far still bullish kasi ano ka naman halos lahat ng parameters mo is showing signs of bullishness. Momentum play signal natin, may mga nire-reconfigure lang ako. But all in all, kung isa-isahin mo siya, i-analyze mo yung data, the market is actually showing strength, no? Broad-based strength. Hindi lang siya concentrated strength. It's not showing concentrated strength anymore. So, more of yung rallies is on the mid caps, even on the small caps, no? So, nag-ano siya, nagbabalance out na siya. Unlike months ago that you have a concentrated market rally, concentrated only on Nvidia, AMD, and other tech names. Okay, so that's the idea. And that's what we are seeing right now. Okay, so far, in terms of MMTW, ito na lang hindi natin napapakita. MMTW, yung structure ng MMTW natin. Okay, still above 50%, no? Still above MA100, still above MA50. And actually, inside this forming ascending triangle. So once MMTW reaches 83 area, 80% level, that's gonna be a sign of dapat nagte-take profit ka na. But based on MMTW, ang pinaka-sinisignal sa akin neto, ang pinaka-interpretation ko dito is more room for upside. We are not yet overextended, we are not yet overbought. Malayo pa. Halos 20 points pa sa layo ng overbought area na medyo red flag for me. So that's MMTW. So stocks on watch, nandyan yung AROC natin. Actually tapos na yan. Kung di ka nakabili at 1840, medyo iwan ka na rin, no? So itong downtrend line breakout, itong RTL breakout, yun yung optimal entry natin Yun yung optimal entry. So far wala ko nito since I'm focused on AI speculatives. AFRM, a pullback play, no? A pullback setup na pwede mong laruin. AFRM is looks like transitioning to an early stage markup, 'di ba? An IPO play basically. So 3 years ago nag-IPO siya. Nag-downtrend, nag-create ng accumulation base, institutional accumulation. You have this downtrend line. You have this form resistance. So Wyckoff lang, no? Mukhang complex inverted, mukhang cup and handle, but essentially it's on an accumulation and testing your MA100 as support area. So once it closes above 39 or 40 dollars, that's gonna be our signal to rebuy AFRM. So next is Suave, a medtech company, no? So Suave, I think ito yung hindi pala, Dexcom pala yun. So, ayun, mali ako. Dexcom yung yung parang implant for diabetes, parang insulin tracking na super non-invasive, parang ganun. So, Dexcom, a medtech company. So, same with Suave. So far, Suave, nag-pullback sa 20-day SMA, then, right now, rallying again toward 300 area. Next resistance mo is at 300, most likely for Suave. Mind medicine, medyo speculative, but ayun, essentially it's an episodic pivot play. Nag-gap after the good news, nag-pullback ng onte, nagpo-produce ng base. So parang siya, episodic pivot drift play. Parang yun yung idea. EPD. Yung isa PED, 'di ba? Yung post earnings drift play natin. Ito episodic pivot drift play na nagkaroon ng catalyst, nag-consolidate, nag-digest muna yung news, pullback, nag-coil, then after the coil or once na nag-mature yung coil, doon tayo papasok. So that's MNMD. So Duolingo, also one of the interesting names na sinostock ko right now. Another IPO play. So yun yung favorites natin ngayon since the market is actually uh, respecting technical analysis, no? Lalo na yung mga IPO plays. So far, also doing this cup and handle, although a complex cup and handle. So this is your cup, this is your handle. Nag-form ng bull trap, no? So that's a bad sign, that's a bearish signal actually. Na-discuss ko na rin to yesterday. An invalidated bearish signal is actually a strong bullish signal. 'Di ba? So this is your bull trap, your upthrust at distribution in Wyckoff terms. Nag-break below that MA100 line, nag-recover ulit. Then right now, producing this coil at 220 area. So as long as it's above this 220 area, 220 level, I think okay pa naman tong Duolingo. If you're gonna position play or gonna play this in a position play manner, pwede magantay ka muna na retest sa 220. Then, doon ka bumili ng onte muna. Since price relative to MA50 and MA20, medyo malayo. So, antay ka muna ng valid support area. Pwedeng ito na yun. Yung niretest ng MA50. Pwede mong gawin na trigger or tignan na trigger is itong 238 breakout. 240 breakout. So that's Duolingo. Yung iba, actually hindi ko na discuss. Ito may hawak tayo ASPN. Alam nyo na yung setup na yan. If you're gonna incorporate your Keltner channel and Bollinger Bands, no? Also your Wyckoff theory transitioning to an early stage markup. So ASPN, an industrial's name, more of aerogels yung pinaprovide niya na products and materials. So right now, catalyst niyan is yung pwede kasi maging thematic play yung advent of space tech ulit. Pwedeng another space race papuntang somewhere, di ko alam. So kailangan ng aerogels for that. Aerogels. So Hood is a retail trading brokerage name. So nakuha natin to at 1380 post earnings drift play. Also at an early stage markup phase. Actually on mid stage. Papunta na tayo sa mid stage. Since na-achieve niya na yung 1618 target natin. So right now, gapping up dito sa 1918. Actually, point of control area yan. So as long if Hood holds this 19 area, that's gonna be a good sign na pwedeng na-absorb niya na yung mga break-even sellers dito. So ito yung POC mo So that's Hood. For me, meron pa tayo niyan. So pwedeng antayan natin ng new setup, no? So meron akong around 650 USD as my risk, no? So I can use that as my anchor, yung dati kong shares. So pwedeng once na matapos yung play with SOUN, rotate ako to Hood, pwede rin rotate ako papuntang Microsoft, or pwede rin kay Kava or NXT. So right now, my portfolio leader is SOUN. Ito yung pinaka main stock on watch ko on my portfolio. So next step is to wait for a rotation, diba? So yun, may tanong si Boss Marlon, Paps, ba't may 1618 na sa box? So yun, meron tayong mga iterations on our Wyckoff and Bear theory. So combination na siya ng Wyckoff theory and Bearyo na concepts. So 1618 is our mid-stage marker ng markup phases. So pwede mong tignan on our Bearyo Trades learning portal. Meron ka na ba access nito? Meron ka na ba access nito? So, panoorin mo na lang dun sa mga ano natin, sa mga playbooks natin. Or you can rewatch the Wyckoff method again. Yun. Ano siya, mga iterations since nag-backtest tayo and we saw that 1618 is actually a good area as an initial target. Initial target. Kumbaga, every time it hits 1618, talagang ano eh, high probability it will stall, it will consolidate, or even yun yung magiging swing high point for a pullback. So kita naman mga recent plays natin. 'Di ba? If i-backtrack mo yung mga trades natin. Usually sell point ko is at 1618. Bonus na lang yung 200% area. Yung 2.0 area. So far, SOUN about to reach 1618. Sana ba yan? Aha. Ilatag nga natin. Ano pala? 1618 na itong trading range na yan. Yung pullback trading range natin. About to reach 1618 at 10.70. So, in confluence siya with the $10 mark. $10 resistance area. Or round number resistance. Yun nga, tama. Hindi umabot pa minsan sa 2. So, you can readjust sa 1618. Actually, depende yan sa market environment. So far, nandito tayo sa parang reaccelerating momentum. Pag nandun ka sa peak momentum, peak bull market, or super overbought or extremely overbought area sa MMTW, dun switch gears ka to 200% area target. Kasi usually, malakas na momentum rallies yung ginagawa ng market during those periods. So actually, depende. But for safety purposes, you can use your 1618 as your initial target. Kumbaga parang FYI lang na, nandito ka na sa take profit area ng previous trading range. So for example, ang main idea kasi dyan, diba, ito yung trading range mo for SoundHound. Nag-release ng earnings, okay, medyo pangit yung lumabas na pangit yung naging market reaction. Actually, parang pinrise in muna. After the earnings, sell on news, pull back onte, nag-produce ng base or channel, flag, whatever. Basically, a continuation pattern after an early stage markup, breakout, or transition, I mean. Then, ayun, pinakapunto niyan, yung mga taong bumili dyan, nag-accumulate dyan, will most likely sell at a profit at this 1618 area. Mga measured target siya, basically. No? So, that's the idea. And that's the principle on its own. So, for example, NXT, di ba? If conservative ako, I'm gonna use this trading range as my measure area. If ever imo-momentum play ko yan, 1618 pa lang at 65, baka nagbebenta na ako. But if I'm gonna use this trading range, yung dating reaccumulation area, nandito na tayo sa 200% level. So, medyo take profit area talaga siya. Diba? Take profit area. So, once it re-breaks $60, etong all-time high level na yan, since it's an all-time high stock, wag ka din masyadong opinionated na ito na yung top, di mo masasabi, 'di ba? Since all-time high nga, kalaban mo na lang is short sellers and profit takers. So far, nag-profit take na siya, nag-rebase, sinalo ng buyers mo na defensive, then pwedeng change of hands ulit. Change of hands. So pwedeng mangyari dyan, you will have new buyers coming in, pushing prices higher. So that's NXT. So far, yun yung mga stocks on watch natin. You can check our link, no, on this list. Nandito sa Discord group natin, yung watch list na yan. Pwede kong i-repost ulit and then you can look at the focus list. Then you look for setups. So yun yung pwede mong gawin right now. Or you can what you can do if medyo under-deployed ka, you look for names near all-time high, then you trade momentum plays or swing plays on stocks near all-time high. Since yun yung favorites natin right now. Syempre, mga tailwinds from our main index, our market internals, showing that all-time high plays, yun yung mga optimal stocks na pwede mong i-trade right now. So, yun. That ends my... Meron pa ba akong nalimutan? So far, I think wala na, no? So far this pre-market session, medyo nagkaroon lang tayo ng onting decline in our P&L, but so far, doing good. Actually, thankful ako na nagmamaterialize naman yung mga ano natin, mga efforts natin in the markets, no? So, araw-araw natin to ginagawa. Walang palya yan. Yun, congrats. Kumita daw si Boss Gerald sa SOUN yesterday. Congrats. So, if kung ano yung setup mo, sundan mo lang. Huwag ka masyado switch. Or baka kasi makita mo, lakas ng gain. Mag-iba ka ng trading plan or ng trading approach. Baka trend follow mo, di ba? Momentum play pala yung habol mo. Yun ay, good. Nag-TP na daw siya kanina post-market. So yun, at least napapractice mo na yung mga execution side during after hours. That's great. So paminsan ako din, gumigising ako ng maaga just to trade post-market. Pag may kailangan akong i-unload. Yun. Umaga kasi, umaga. Ngayon, hanggang alas 7 na lang ata. Hanggang alas 7. Yun. Salamat daw sa daily reviews. Laking bagay. Okay. So, thank you for showing up everyone, no? Boss Gerald, Rans, and Marlon. So, great to have you here. If may questions kayo, shoot nyo lang dito sa ano natin. Pwede kayong mag-on ng mic. Okay, so far so good. Please type 1 if okay na. If may questions kayo, pwedeng i-type nyo na lang. So far, 1 kay Boss Gerald, Boss Rans, kindly respond, and Boss Marlon. Then we can end this pre-market prep. So far, in conclusion, looks good. The market is rallying and recovering. Wala nang pakialam sa CPI. PPI later, no? To be released. Wait lang So, later, we will have our PPI, core PPI, to be released din. And etong retail sales to be released later. So, critical news din actually, no? So, what we want is, syempre, lower PPI by conventional wisdom. Pero right now, wala nang conventional wisdom eh. Kasi kahit na umangat yung CPI mo, nag-rally yung market, hindi ko na alam ano yung nangyayari sa mundo, nangyayari sa market ngayon. Pwedeng dahil easing of financial conditions eh. You have more liquidity in the market. Tsaka fueled by pwede rin speculation, hindi natin alam. But so presidential year din kasi. So something to consider as well. Retail sales, what you want, syempre, conventional wisdom. If gusto mo na rate cut, lower retail sales, slower consumption, higher retail sales, that signals growth in terms of economic consumption. Di natin alam. Di naman tayo matinding macroeconomist eh. Hindi tayo matinding macroeconomist. Ano lang naman tayo, mga trader lang tayo na ginagamit tong mga information na to to help us gauge what the market thinks, and syempre, doon tayo sa what the market does or what the market is doing. Syempre, since traders tayo. Yun. So far, that ends my pre-market prep. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Rans. Thank you, Marlon. Signing out. See you again tomorrow for our last day of the trading week, week 11. Okay, God bless and goodbye. Bye-bye. Ingat.